Hello, and I'm going to tell you about the British Army against the American. So, why the blue team in our science project had fewer people was because that's the colonies, and England is a bigger city than the colonies, and England owned over the colonies, so they had more people. Like, some colony people joined England because they didn't want to fight for the colonies, and then why the red team was bigger is because that's England is a bigger city, and the blue team was bigger or smaller because the Continental Army didn't really have many people who were ready to fight. England had trained army England had the best army out of everyone, so they were very trained, and everyone else in the Continental Army they were the people who just wanted freedom and independence. Why did the white team come into the tug of war late was because they were coming in late to finish off everyone, and they wanted to come in late. One thing, because they're pretty far away and they needed some time to come in late, so because it takes pretty long to get from Spain or the other countries like Spain and France to get all the way to America, so that's what took them so long. Why was the blue team offered a prize if they won, but not the red team? They were offered a prize when they won because England, if they won, everything would stay the same. They would still have ownership over the colonies, but if the colonies won, which had them a bigger motivation for this, they would get independence from England, and England wouldn't own them anymore. Why was one person pulled aside and told they couldn't receive a prize? Because some slaves actually fought in this war, but they still didn't get freedom or independence. They just stayed the same, and they went back to helping the others still stayed the same in America, just helping the other people, which is kind of unfair, but that's what slaves are meant for, so they couldn't really get independence. Why was the white team told to cheer for the blue team? Because the blue team got independence, and they wanted the blue team to do better because they wanted them to be free from England, because they don't like England because they're a very strong army, and they didn't want them to stay, so they joined the fight. Half of the red team have to start so far away. Because some were coming from England, which is pretty far, so they needed to run over, and because not all of them were in England, not all of them were fighting. Some had to come from England to help fight. So it showed that they weren't always there so quickly. Why did the red team have to pull the rope while the blue team only had... Wait, what? Hold up.